Tracy of T Racy Design.
I'm Hossein Leimani from Boston Tweet Up and the Chief Social Media Strategist at 451 Marketing.
And we are on Strictly
Biz News from our peeps Biz News. We'll see you in a bit.
Welcome to another episode of Strictly Biz News. This is episode 2 of Boston Week. I want to thank Hossein and I want to thank Tracy for coming on. So let's get right into the hot topics. First up, Facebook acquires Snaptu. Snaptu is an Israeli startup. Pretty much, they created simple mobile apps for future phones. They acquired it for $70 million. Pretty much the apps replicate. It's pretty much apps for dumb phones, phones that you can't have actual apps on. So it's good for Facebook because now they can actually hit every phone.
Right, which is good. Their current app is fantastic. I like it a lot, except it's not very functional on the actual iPad, which is a big limitation. But I think this expands their reach. They're already the go-to place, so why not hit every mobile phone? It makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, personally, I've never used Snaptu, so I can't really speak to it. But on another note, I think it's really fascinating how Facebook is completely just taking over the world right now.
Right.
Like the fact that people are starting to do searches on it, and it's pretty crazy that that they're just trying to take over every application, and they're just starting.
But eventually, things are gonna run out of options for them to do. They're already doing so much now that down the road, what is there left for them to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. The biggest thing about Facebook is they just make these drastic changes, like the album and having that theater mode. I don't see how that adds any type of value.
No
one really likes that.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder if they're running out of ideas.
Yeah, it's just like forcing ideas down our throat. And that's the scary part because there's no alternative to Facebook right now.
Yeah.
So it's good and bad.
It's Facebook crash. A lot of people will just not be happy.
What will they do?
Next up, GroupOn's plan to change how and when we eat. They're prepping for a launch for a new mobile app called GroupOn Now. So if you open up the app, you're presented with the 2 buttons, I'm hungry and I'm bored. Which I kind of find myself in that predicament all the time.
Yeah.
But you click either button and then it'll just give you a list of deals for both, which is a lot easier than I don't know, I think it's a lot easier than kind of choosing through like how Foursquare, it's like everything just kind of comes up on local to you. It doesn't give you like food or things to do. So dividing them up, I think, is good.
But is this app available? Because I was looking for it.
And it's not available until it launches this month, April.
Yeah, April. So I think there's just a lot of these apps that are presenting deals, and it's like too much. Like how much is too much? There's at least 10 different apps that do exactly the same thing. Groupon is just living off of their name. And again, they grew so big. Now, what is it that they're going to do? And a lot of the deals aren't really catered to men. There are a lot of spa deals and a lot of things like that. So it's great for men that want to buy gifts for women. But other than that, like there's not a lot of utility for like people that do sports. And if they maybe incorporate some of that, maybe that would be cool. But as it stands now, it's just another app that does exactly what other apps do. Exactly. It just comes from the Groupon.
Well, the biggest competitor right now is Living Social, which kind of takes over their I'm hungry aspect of going out and eating and drinking. And but I agree with you. There isn't much. I subscribe to it, but I've never actually used either.
Oh, I get so many emails from all of them. Tipper, Groupon, Living Social, all these things, and it's just sifting through them and finding the best deal that goes for your day.
Yeah, I set it up. I have like a spam email account where every time I sign up for something, I set it up to that specific email account so it doesn't file through my regular one.
And there's actually an app that lets you keep track of when your coupon is going to run out, which is pretty snazzy. So you just put in all those people. As a matter of fact, some of my people from South by created this app while at South by, which is fantastic. So they thought of that idea. They were pitching it, so shout out for them. And I'll give you the link so you can include it in the speaker notes. But yeah, so now you can keep track of not only Groupon deals, but like Gowalla and Foursquare deals and stuff like that.
Wow.
So
it's what's the app called?
You know what? I forgot the name because I could look it up. But yeah, I'll give a shout out. So let me look it up and you'll talk and I'll give them a shout out.
Okay, sounds good. Next up, Porsche has the first Spider supercar, they're calling it. It's a 918 Spider Hybrid. They launched the concept at the 2010 Geneva Motor Show, and pretty much they were supposed to remain a concept, but people just liked it so much that they're putting it into production. Comes out 2013. The car looks insane.
It is wild. The thing is, it's $845,000.
Yeah.
So
that's
tells
chunk
you
change.
something.
That's chunk change.
What's cool is that they have 918 people could buy it, according to the name, and it's green and it has that green outline on the car. But I think from an eco standpoint, it's good for the movement, the entire movement, that a luxury brand starts pumping this stuff out. That it almost like has the more inexpensive brands come up and do some stuff as well. And I mean, it's going to be like 10 years before anything really starts hitting the mass market at a very acceptable pace. But it's great. If you can afford it, buy it. It's cool. It's fantastic.
And if it runs smoothly, because I know some hybrid cars, when you're in them, they make you motion sickness because it constantly feels.
I've
like
never
the
actually
engine's
been in
kicking
a hybrid car.
Oh, I hope they've improved upon that, because it doesn't matter.
At $845,000, they got to do something.
That's what I'm saying. With their technology, it better be the smoothest ride ever.
So I found the site. It's called useyourdeal.com. So go there and keep track of all your Groupon deals and all those types of people, all those types of things. So shout out to my peeps for putting that together.
Great.
Thank you.
Kind of going into the electric vehicle Google's headquarters is pretty much the testing for a new electric vehicle wireless charger from Evitran.
Yeah.
And they it's pretty cool. They're only letting Google test it out for now, but it's pretty much there's no outlet for it, so it's pretty much from coil to coils transfer of energy. So I mean, they're testing it with Google, so I don't know if Google's gonna jump into that industry now.
Well, they have all those cars that do the maps, and they have those robotic cars, so that's that's good because they're leveraging this mass amount of money that they make to like really test a lot of these eco-friendly type of things. I think that's fantastic for the entire industry in and of itself.
Exactly.
Again, similar to the Porsche situation, it's out of the hands of most people, but it's great that Porsche and Google are investing in these types of technologies of the future so that we can start leveraging it and be eco-friendly. Now it's funny because there is a little bit of loss because it is coil to coil, but it takes the same amount of time to charge. So there's like this weird kind of pseudo marketing thing that they're dealing with right now, and it's a cool device. I don't know if your camera could get that, but it's just, it looks like
kind of looks like the Xbox 360.
Yeah, it looks freaking cool. And they got the green thing on there, but we won't see this in 5-10 years from now, so it's like it's good that they're testing it. But I'm surprised like Google Maps hasn't come out with like a GPS format for cars. Do you know what I mean? Oh, that would be interesting. And speaking of which,
I probably just gave Google another idea.
Yeah, no, it would be cool to say here are the hotspots for charging up your vehicle.
Exactly.
That would be awesome. That would be great marketing.
Next up, Sprint to fight the AT&T and T-Mobile merger. CEO Dan Hees, I think that's how. I'm bad at pronouncing names.
I think that's
has expressed his intentions to file a complaint to Congress, pretty much because, quote unquote, it'll stifle innovation.
You know what the ironic twist here is that AT&T was like the general all-purpose service back in the day. Then they broke up. Now they're buying everything back up. So it's like every 30 years or so that AT&T's buying and selling stuff off. So this is kind of, what are you going to do? What does Sprint have to offer? I mean, they bought like the little chirp phone back in the day, and that put them back into it. And they got the BlackBerry, and those two things are really not really that functional. BlackBerry's still, for corporations, a major play. But with what's also funny is that with the AT&T T-Mobile merger is all these T-Mobile ads dissing AT&T with their iPhone.
Yeah,
they got to work together.
Exactly.
So you got to almost like be careful of what type of ad you start putting out, because you might be bought by the company that you're making fun of. So,
are you both AT&T subscribers?
I'm Verizon.
I am too. How do you feel about this merger? I'm just curious how.
It doesn't matter. I don't really.
It's kind of out of our control when you think about it.
The thing is,
I'm Verizon all the way.
They make these mergers, but you won't really know what's happening until like next year or a couple of years anyway. Because I remember the Sprint and whoever came up with the Nextel, that took years to implement. So.
But now they're phasing out Nextel. Now Nextel is just going to vanish.
Well, I mean, it's really that chirp thing.
I have to admit, I think I'm actually in a way looking forward to it because I'll actually be able to tweet and upload photos on my Facebook because
You'll have
for
service?
some reason, the service. I don't know if you guys have noticed me
Well,
tweeting.
in the article, they're saying...
Expletives.
Well, it takes about 2 years to even get approved for a tower.
Yeah.
So for them to get more coverage, it would just take years. So people expect overnight, but they pretty much are buying T-Mobile because it's a lot easier to just buy out towers instead of building them.
Exactly.
But I mean, if when it's done, the new AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon, between both companies, will have 79% of the market share for all wireless, which is insane.
Yeah.
That's why Sprint.
To have so
I mean,
much
that's
of the
why
marketplace.
That's why
he's
Sprint is suing.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it'll be too much dominance for these couple of companies to take hold. I mean, it's tough here in America. In Europe, it's a little bit more controlled. They got all kind of providers everywhere. It's good for the ecosystem. It's just here, we not only have these different providers, but we have different technologies of the different providers. And so that's why, for example, when AT&T and like Verizon, they launched the whole iPhone thing, now you got to have a whole new phone for this whole new network.
Yes.
So it's these pros and cons. And the U.S. is still far from really being an ideal place for mobile use.
Europe and Asia are far more advanced than they are here.
Yeah.
So that's the crazy part. Indeed.
All right, guys. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
I
It's
know.
fantastic.
This is great. This is fun.
And we'll be right back.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Cambridge Credit Counseling is a nonprofit credit and housing counseling agency located right here in Western Massachusetts. Our certified counselors can help you plan to pay off your credit card debt, explore your foreclosure options, and help you understand if a reverse mortgage is right for you. Call us at 1-800-CAMBRIDGE to learn how we can help.
And welcome back. I'm here with John from Swing Juice for the Business Spotlight. John, why did you start Swing Juice?
You know, I came up with an idea about 5 years ago that I wanted to create a healthier energy type beverage. I mean, this was at the time when the Red Bulls, the vitamin waters, and, even for me growing up playing sports here in New England, that the only real option that you had was Gatorade. But I was never really a fan of a lot of those products. So just seeing that these brands are kind of coming out of nowhere, the newer brands, the enhanced waters and the energy drinks, I thought, well, let me try to make a healthier version, because for me personally, I wasn't really into being overloaded with caffeine or sugar, and get the subsequent negative results from it. So I decided to try to create a natural, healthier version of it.
So what went into like the development process for it?
I did about a year of research into the industry. I didn't come from the beverage industry or the food industry, so I really, because I was so intrigued by it, I really had to dive into it. So I researched ingredients, what made up your typical energy drink, what made up your typical sports drink. So throughout that research, I came up with a formula, and it ended up being the product that we have today.
Oh, wow. So how do you decide on which flavors you want to promote, or which flavors you release?
It goes through a lot of testing. We try to pick the flavors that are popular at the moment. I don't think you necessarily want to go too far out of bounds in terms of picking a flavor. But currently we have 4 flavors. We have a pomegranate berry and orange mango, which we have here. We also have a lemonade and a diet lemon tea. And we're also in the process of developing a few new flavors as well that we're looking to release this summer. So there's a lot of taste testing in my kitchen to get those going.
So if they want to buy your beverage, where would they have to go?
Sure. Right now we're distributed throughout New England. You can find all of our locations on swingjuice.com. There's a locations tab on there, so you can find a store near you, hopefully. Currently we're in about 300 locations. This summer we're really expanding and saturating the region, so you'll start to see it more regularly somewhere close to you.
So what's next for you guys?
The expansion. We're really in the process of growing the brand, introducing new flavors. So again, it's an exciting time, really trying to saturate the Northeast, but at the same time looking to expand down the East Coast. And every day we get more and more inquiries about the brand, which is really exciting.
Great. So is there anything else you want to tell the viewers?
Yeah, you know, again, we're out there on the social internet, so if you can, we'd love for you to like us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/swingjuice-energy-drink. Also, you can follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/swingjuice, YouTube, youtube.com/swingjuice, and send us some feedback. We'd love to hear from our customers and fans.
All right, great. John, thank you so much.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And we'll be right back.
All right.
I want to thank you guys for coming on, and we'll see you guys next time.